Hi everyone, I hope you are all really well. Welcome to my channel and to my first video in quite a few weeks actually. I don't even know when the last time was that I picked up the camera, but I must say I am incredibly out of touch, so it's taken me about 15 minutes to just get to this point. I thought I would just do an update and kind of bring you up to speed with how things have been going and where I'm at, and kind of start my channel again because, like I say, I haven't filmed for probably a good 3 weeks, and yeah, I feel like I need to start over. So the last time I updated you was probably shortly after my surgery. We are now on the 30th of January. I had surgery on the 5th, and yeah, so I've just basically been really focusing on trying to recover. So you may remember, if you watched my last video, I was having some pain and issues sort of here under my arm. Things have improved, but I am still not healing as well as hoped. Basically, I only had 2 lymph nodes removed. So bear in mind, we have somewhere in the region of about 30 lymph nodes under our arm. I've only had 2 taken out. The expectation was that it would heal super quick and I probably wouldn't ever know that I had those 2 lymph nodes removed. But for some reason, I have not recovered as well as we would have liked. So I do have, all my stitches have gone here, and but I still have a dressing. I still have issues with fluid, and yeah, I'm still got some issues there. So I've been seeing the hospital quite regularly about that, and I think the plan is that I will call them tomorrow if it's not any better, which it isn't. So yeah, not really sure what's happened. I also have no sensation at all in anywhere from here, basically. So I can feel, like if I'm touching there, I can feel that I'm touching it, but I have no awareness of temperature or pain or anything in the whole area. Again, it wasn't expected to be the case, but apparently my lymph nodes were tricky to get to, and so it's assumed that it's some nerve damage from having a bit more, how do I say this without being graphic, a bit more of a rummage. So yeah, so basically I have just not quite healed as quickly as we'd hoped, and yeah, I've got full movement, you know, I'm really lucky, I'm moving fine. I don't appear to have any cording at the moment. I know that can come at a later date, but that doesn't appear to be the problem. It just seems to be nerve damage and a slight issue with getting the stitch line healed. So hopefully I can't even say it's improving, to be honest, because it just never looks any different. But hopefully we'll see some improvement soon. And alongside that, I've also got lymphedema, which has been causing a lot of heaviness and uncomfortable, even I would go as far to say pain. And again, this was all unexpected because it wasn't a very big operation, you know, it was your bread and butter operation, and my tumour was small, so the expectation was I was going to bounce back super quick. And whilst I kind of have in myself, physically, things have taken a little bit longer to heal than expected. So yeah, basically I'm still trying to get the lymphedema down, drinking loads of water. I bought actually a body brush today. Thought I could do some with that, like dry brushing. I need to properly look into it, but I think you have to like gently brush your skin towards your heart. I am doing like a lymphatic massage that I've been told to do, but I just thought I would try that as well and see if I could get this fluid moving. And yeah, so that's kind of how I've been recovering. And I have been back to work. I went back to work last week, and I'm just trying to kind of get back into like a rhythm with my work, my home life, my eating, and yeah, just trying to work it all out. So have also had my results appointment. So last Thursday, 26th of Jan, we went to the hospital. We were there for 3 hours, so it was a really exhausting appointment. Luckily it was first thing in the morning because, you know, I'd been getting myself quite worked up. So yeah, getting it out of the way first thing in the morning was very, very much a bonus. So basically I started off in our breast care centre, seeing one of the breast surgeons. It wasn't the one that actually did my surgery, but another one. She was really lovely. She had a really good look to kind of have a look at the problems I was having and set a plan in place to deal with that moving forward. And then she went through my surgery results. So when I was first diagnosed, I was given a provisional grade of 1, and I was told that it was measuring 6 millimeters, which is apparently very, very small. And I was told it was ductal. And then they tell you that you'll get an appointment after your surgery, 3 weeks after your surgery, and they will give you the confirmed results. So my confirmed results were that I had a grade 2 invasive lobular carcinoma, which measured 6 millimeters. So it measured the exact same as it did on the scan, which is good because that is what I'm being told is very, very small. But it was confirmed to be grade 2. It was starting to infiltrate the nerves, but they removed the tumour and some additional tissue around the edge and the margins of that tumour. So basically the edges were all clear, and I had 2 lymph nodes removed. They were tested and both of those were also clear. So this means that the chances are very high that the cancer cells have not spread into my lymph nodes and therefore have not spread anywhere else. Can't be certain, but it is very, very likely that that is the case. So that is fantastic news. Obviously, that is the kind of first hurdle ticked off, if you like. It's a really big deal actually, but I must be honest with you and say, I didn't jump for joy. Like I didn't, it's such a weird feeling. And if you've been there, you may relate, but yeah, it's obviously such good news, but there's always that part of you that thinks, yeah, but you can't tell me 100%. So, you know, I've always got that. I mean, moving on from this is going to take time, and your life will never be the same again. It will just be finding a new normal and finding coping strategies for when the thoughts rear up and, you know, things like that. But these results are good and I am pleased about that. I just know that I'm not coming across like I'm pleased, and so I just wanted to give a bit of context as to kind of why I might appear like that. I'm very much on a level about it, and I do still have some more hurdles to cross with my treatment plan. So those are my surgical results. I have been told I really should take a course of radiotherapy, so I have agreed to do that. And so my next step is a CT scan, which is booked in for about 10 days time. And that is so they can line up where my heart is, because my cancer's on the left side. They need to be really careful about not getting radiotherapy on my heart. So they basically will do a CT scan. I'll have to hold my breath, and then they will put a tattoo somewhere along here to kind of mark out my heart. And then when I start radiotherapy, they kind of line me up with the dots and the machine. And yeah, so it's all very clever. When I was given my results, I was told I would have 15 sessions of radiotherapy, but I have now been confirmed that I need 23. So that's basically 23 days, except weekends. So basically it's 5 days a week for 4.5 weeks of radiotherapy. And then following that, I will be taking tamoxifen, which is a hormone tablet, which essentially stops your ovaries working and producing estrogen and progesterone, I think it is. because my cancer tested positive for both of those hormones. It basically means that to give me an even better shot at not having recurrence, it's best to get rid of these hormones. So tamoxifen doesn't work for everybody, but I have been prescribed it. They have told me I should take it for 10 years because I'm only 40, and so I just need to see how I get on with it. I'll be honest with you, the numbers that the oncologist gave me were not as great as I assumed. He basically said that taking the tamoxifen means that one person out of every 100 people doesn't, I don't know how to explain this, doesn't get recurrence. So it's like, basically it benefits 1 in every 100 people. So that one person may have got recurrence if they weren't taking the tamoxifen, and obviously who knows if that one person would be me or not. So he's kind of saying, I think you should take it. There is a very slight increased chance of womb cancer as a result of taking it in years to come. I don't know, I guess you've got to just weigh up the risks versus the benefits. He seems to think that, he felt quite strongly that I should take it being only 40. I just feel like I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to try it. I'm going to see how it goes, see if the side effects are manageable. He seems to think that it's generally fairly well tolerated, although menopausal symptoms are common. So yeah, that's kind of my next steps. I feel quite good going into radiotherapy. I think that 23 days is going to be, it's going to be a long journey. Tiring, I'm sure, but I'm just now focusing, because I don't expect radiotherapy to start until the end of February, maybe even the beginning of March. So they've booked my CT scan in a bit later than they wanted to because of my lymphedema. It needs to reduce so they can accurately measure everything. Because the lymphedema is actually on my chest, not in my arm. So it is actually going to affect them being able to accurately map out the location of my heart. So I don't know when it's going to start, but they said they need 2 to 3 weeks after the CT scan to get everything ready for the radio. So I expect it to be like the last week of Feb, beginning of March time. So I'm just really trying to get healthy, strong, just to be able to kind of handle the intensity of it, I guess. I'm not really sure what to expect in terms of side effects because everyone's different. I'm just hoping that because my surgery recovery hasn't been quite as I'd hoped, that I'll sail through radio, but So I am still following Slimming World. I haven't actually been to my weigh-in for 2 weeks because I just haven't been well enough, to be honest. So 2 weeks ago, I really wasn't feeling very well with kind of my recovery. And then last week, I didn't go because it was results day. And to be honest, I actually felt dreadful that day as well because I'd got myself a bit worked up. We'd had 3 hours in the hospital, had a terrible headache. And yeah, I just didn't go to group. So I've had 2 weeks away from group. I don't think I've done a huge amount of damage. I did have a spell of eating a bit badly, eating mindlessly. I think I was just feeling a bit fed up, a bit down, a bit kind of worried about my results. And yeah, I just didn't handle it that well for about a week to a week and a half. However, I have been really focusing on eating healthy, nutritious foods. I am following Slimming World, but I am using my SINs as additional healthy extras and really mixing those up. So I'm having a good variety. So I'm eating things like pumpkin seeds, almonds, Brazil nuts. I'm SINning peanut butter, avocado, extra virgin olive oil, and I'm using a lot of spices and herbs in my cooking. I'm not eating much in the way of meat, so I am using some really kind of hearty vegetables like your cauliflower, cabbage, sweet potato, broccoli and carrots, and I'm seasoning everything really well. Been using a lot of turmeric with black pepper and garlic and chili flakes. So yeah, all of the good stuff that is hopefully going to really help me kind of prepare myself for the next stage of my treatment. And hopefully I can have, you know, a good summer. I am now kind of starting to think about doing some things. Like I said, I'm not sure how I'm going to handle radiotherapy, but we have booked a caravan holiday. We randomly booked it yesterday. I found a really super good deal on one of our favourite caravan parks. We've never taken the kids there. We've been just my husband and I with friends years ago. We used to go away to the caravan parks, and we always used to share a caravan, and we just used to go out to the bars and the restaurants and stuff, and we always had a really good time. But we always said we wanted to do it with the kids, but they're just so expensive in the school holidays. So we just managed to find this really good deal for a weekend, with a really top of the range caravan with a lakeside view, and yeah, really excited about that. So that is something I'm really looking forward to. We're going at the end of July in the school holidays. I feel like I can't go abroad this year. Firstly, we can't afford it anyway, and secondly, I do need to be very careful in the heat and the sun. I've been told that lymphedema can be triggered by sun, and so my consultant said that I do need to keep covered up and shaded as much as I can. Well, I need to keep shaded basically. I don't really think that going abroad this year would be really that sensible. I don't know how I'm going to feel after radio and things like that. So yeah, we've got a little caravan holiday to look forward to. I'm just starting to think about life after cancer, which I'm in a very fortunate position to be saying that 2 months into my journey, because, you know, obviously for some people the cancer journeys are way longer, and, you know, so I'm very, very grateful. But, you know, I do need to start thinking about what life looks like after this experience. And to be honest, I do think that in so many ways this experience has changed me for the better. I've kind of started appreciating things so much more. Things that I wouldn't have even noticed pre-cancer, I now notice and really appreciate. I think I am far less stressed. I'm not letting things kind of get to me like I used to. I used to be quite fiery, and, you know, I'm still passionate about things, but I'm just not letting things kind of build, and you know, it's been really nice to kind of, you know, feel that way, and just really kind of say to myself, look, you need to concentrate on your health, and to do that you need to really let go of a lot of things. So I do think that this experience has changed life for the better, but life will never be the same again. I mean, it's never going to go back to how it was before this. I just need to find like the new normal. And yeah, so I think I want to restart my channel over again. It's definitely lost its way. I used to have quite a regular schedule, and yeah, I want to kind of find my groove again. And so I am intending to get back into like what I'm eating, and maybe some hauls and just normal stuff. My channel has been so cancer focused, and, you know, that's still going to feature. I'm going to vlog my radio journey in case anybody else is going through it and, you know, needs to know what to expect or what it's like. And yeah, I'm still going to do all of that, but I also want to bring back some of my regular content, and my health is at the point again where I can start to, yeah, do some normal things. So that was kind of all of my update. I feel like I should have written a good list of everything I wanted to cover in this video, because I feel like I've just gone off on this massive tangent. But I know there were a lot of people wanting to kind of know how I got on with my results. I put a little post on Instagram to say that it was good news and that I would do a little vlog, and I had, I think, somewhere in the region of about 50 messages just saying, you know, great, I look forward to hearing about it. And so I knew that I had to get this done as soon as possible, but I want to start kind of lifestyle vlogging again, I think. And yeah, so I hope you are all really well and that things are going well for you. I know a few of you have been in touch on Instagram to kind of give me updates and stuff, and it's really nice to just hear about how you're all doing, really. So that's me done for waffling on today. Thank you as always so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.